The International Federation of Bodybuilders presents Joe Weider's Mr. Olympia Championship 2003. Since 1965, only 10 men have won this contest. Larry Scott, the first ever Mr. Olympia. Sergio Oliva, the only man ever to defeat Arnold Schwarzenegger. The Austrian Oak, the Terminator, the Honorable Governor of California, a 7-time winner. Franco Colombo, training partner of Arnold. Frank Zane, the master of symmetry. Chris Dickerson, winning in London. Samir Banu, the Lion of Lebanon. Lee Haney, who set a record of 8 consecutive wins. Followed by the 6-year streak of Dorian Yates. And now, Ronnie Coleman, 5-time champion and reigning Mr. Olympia. In the past 2 years, 2 men have taken the silver medal, losing only narrowly to Ronnie Coleman. Jay Cutler, who led after prejudging in 2001, and Kevin Levrone, who took second in both 2000 and 2002. And last year, the big surprise of the competition was the rapid advance of Günter Schlierkamp. Moving from 15th to 5th place in 2 years, he almost stole the show. Will Günter continue his road to greatness? Will Kevin Levrone or Jay Cutler finally taste Olympia victory? Ronnie Coleman stands poised to extend his victory streak to 6. Live from the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada, the IFBB presents Mr. Olympia 2003. Live from the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Joe Weider's Mr. Olympia Contest 2003, brought to you by VPX Sports Redline. Backstage, where the action is, the pump-up room, 16 competitors getting ready. That's Johnny Jackson, one of the rookies in tonight's show. And hi everyone, I'm Joe Amato, ready to call my 10th Mr. Olympia contest. Welcome to Las Vegas on our pay-per-view. We're glad you're with us. I'm joined by a big piece of granite from California, Chris Cormier. My old friend Chris was going to be in the show, couldn't do it. What happened, Chris?
Well, I came down with a stomach virus earlier in the week, and I wasn't able to prepare the way I wanted to, and to go against the best guys in the world. It's just, you have to be top notch, and I wasn't there, and mentally I just couldn't pull it off.
Well, Chris, I'm glad you're up here. We're going to have a great time tonight. We'll let it rip.
Thank you.
All right, you can say whatever you want, Chris. It's okay with me. Let's get our first looks now at some of the big guys in the show tonight, starting. There he is, Mr. Olympia, Ronnie Coleman. What do you think, Chris?
Oh, it's just awesome. Never seen him at this size with this hardness. He's going to be very tough to beat.
And he's standing by with the third member of our team, Dan Solomon. Let's go to Dan.
Flat out dominated the world of professional bodybuilding for each of the past 5 years. Ronnie Coleman, will the domination continue tonight?
If it's God will, it will. I've prepared myself. I did all the work. I've worked extremely hard. I dedicated myself from January 1st until this day, for this day, and God has given me the strength, determination, dedication. I've always had the faith, and if it's His will for me to continue to dominate, I will, and I will gladly accept it if it's His will.
Of course, let's not forget some significant competition tonight. 2 years ago on this very stage, Jay Cutler came within just 4 points of dethroning you, and of course, last year, Günter Schlierkamp managed to defeat you at the GNC. Is the competition gaining ground?
As far as I'm concerned, the competition is always going to be just what it is. It's competition. I feel that as long as I do my work, put in the hard work, dedication, and continue to be hungry for this title, then the competition will be exactly what it is, just the competition.
A victory tonight would be number 6 in a row, tying him for 3rd on the all-time list with Dorian Yates. And, of course, if you can come back next year, a win would tie you with 7 overall with none other than the governor of California, Arnold Schwarzenegger. How does it feel to potentially be just a year away from being in that kind of company?
Just to be in the name of the great Arnold Schwarzenegger is an honor in itself. I'm quite sure Arnold worked hard to get where he is and to do the things that he's done. And I love nothing more in this world than to follow in his footsteps.
Well, you too have established yourself among the greats, and I'm going to send it back over to Joe Amato, who's standing by with another contender this evening. Good luck tonight, Ronnie.
Thank you.
With Jay Cutler, who's welcome back to the Olympia stage, Jay.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here after missing last year and trying to put on my great performance tonight.
Well, you look great, so you're ready to go. What's it going to take to knock off the champ?
Well, we'll just have to see what I can pull out of my trunks tonight. Let's just say that. But just go out there and give it my all. This morning I did my best, and see what tonight brings. That's all.
All right, Jay, thank you very much. Now let's go back into the pit, and Dan is with Gunther.
Oh, thanks, Joe. I'm sorry I lost you there. I'm back here with Gunther Schlierkamp. Gunther, last year you shocked the bodybuilding world. At this very stage, you arrived among the elite. Then you did the impossible. You came back and you defeated Ronnie Coleman just a few weeks later. Is the improvements going to continue tonight? What should we expect to see from you?
I think definitely that I improved again a little bit. I don't know that I improved enough actually to beat Ronnie today at this point, but also there were certain other problems you sometimes have to deal with. I couldn't train for 2 weeks not as hard as I should because I tore a muscle in the leg a little bit, and so you have to take care of that until it's healed up. So but I think I bring a pretty good package today. People say even compared to last year I've made a new improvement, and I go with that.
It's always difficult to fully understand what the judges are going to say, but clearly if the fans had a vote, you seem to be number 1. How does it feel? That's got to be some source of an inspiration for you.
You know what? It makes me feel like I do something right, and definitely I do everything I can to please the fans. That is here in the first place why also I'm here. I mean, it is about the fans. The fans support bodybuilding. Without them, this wouldn't exist. So that everybody can go on stage and have fun out there and enjoy the fans actually, it's all dependent on them. If they walk away, we wouldn't be here.
Gunther Schlierkamp, not one of the easiest names to pronounce, perhaps Mr. Olympia, a little bit easier to pronounce. Who knows, after tonight that just might be the case. Good luck tonight, Gunther. We're going to go ahead and send it back over to Joe Amato and Chris Cormier, who are standing by with Kevin Levrone.
See you later.
All right, Kev. Welcome to the Olympia. It's like your show.
Thank you, Joe.
You've been here longer than anybody, isn't that right?
Yeah, 12 times, man. This is my 12th Mr. Olympia.
One of the great guys in the sport.
Thank you.
I want to hear you two go at it. What do you got to say?
Well, I'm used to going head to head with this guy. He's a proven warrior, and what can I say? This is the guy that I always say that this is the one I need to worry out first, and then I'll think about who was the champ the year before. But this guy's a proven warrior, and you can see he went through adversity this year, and adversity never holds his man back. He's just an awesome competitor.
Tell us about the injury.
Well, I tore my tricep doing some lat pull downs, Joe, and it was a little setback, but through prayer and belief in God, I was able to come back and be here and perform.
Chris, what do you think of Kevin's physique this year?
I was just amazed that he's here. When I seen him, the first thing I said, God bless you. I said, brother, man,
thank you.
This guy is so tough. And like I said, even if he was in the best shape of his life, or not even as tight as he can be, he will make the judges think he's the best guy up there anyway. That's how good a competitor he is.
Thank you. Well, I miss you up on stage, man, and it's certainly a different, you have a different view sitting out there in the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
And, you look up there and, you see these guys up on stage and you're like, man, is that what I look like when I'm on stage? So certainly miss you up there, Chris, and I think you're going to the GNC and look forward to competing with you, and I'll see you there, man.
I'll be there doing the best I can, just like we always do.
Good luck, brother.
Thank you.
All right, Kevin, thanks a lot. Let's go to Dan.
I don't think it's necessary for the military to thank us. We want to thank the military for doing what they're doing. It's great. This year, Joe Weider's Olympia...
Warming up. Darren Charles warming up behind us, and this portion of our coverage now is brought to you by FreeSups.com, where you can win $1,000 in free supplements. All right, judging is going to be the big question tonight, and earlier, just a few minutes ago, we talked with the head judge, Jim Mannion, also the NPC president, about what criteria he'll be looking at when he judges these men tonight. Here's how that went.
I want to assure you...
Test, 1, 2, test, test, test. We could have done this if it... Can they hear me?
Lean body gives you 45 grams of protein to help you get big and lean.
Ready?
Lean body.
So that's Jim Mannion talking about what he'll be looking at tonight, and we bring in Chris Cormier again. Chris, it's awfully tough sitting out there in the judges' booth. Obviously, as you can see, they have bulletproof surroundings now. And no, they have these nice little areas where they can, not look at everyone else's scorecard now. It's really gone high tech.
Yes, that's a great point that you brought up, because the years past there was always a lot of talk about people maybe looking at the next person's score. That's how they're getting all the same scores, and that just eliminates all the any kind of.
And so the big question will be size versus symmetry. So let's go back and look at prejudging from earlier today, and we're going to find out exactly how Ronnie Coleman, the defending champion, looked against the rest of the packs, because that's how you would say it right now.
That's correct. These guys have been training month in and month out, and they all come in great shape. This is one of the greatest fields we've seen here in a while, and I'm just anxious to see Ronnie up there tonight and see what he's doing.
Of course, it's always interesting to see what the first call out was from the prejudging. And do we have that tape? Okay, I don't think we have that tape, but the first call out was Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler, Gunther, and there was a fourth guy in there.
Well, there was Dexter Jackson.
And Dexter Jackson.
Dexter is in excellent condition this year. I was so proud of him, and he was just the biggest and hardest I've ever seen him since he's been competing, and he's looking to place very high this evening.
I believe we're going to throw it to the Jim Mannion interview. All right, let's try that interview again with Jim Mannion. Jim, what's the criteria tonight in relation to symmetry and size when you're judging the Mr. Olympia contest?
Actually, they're both equal. You have to have symmetry, and you have to have size, and you have to have definition, tightness of the muscle. So it's a combination of three, what we call a total package.
What about big bellies? We hear a lot about that.
Well, actually, the big bellies are now scored down, and today I got to tell you, everybody on stage, I don't remember anybody being scored down for a big belly. I think the guys were in great shape.
How tough is it to judge the Mr. Olympia contest?
Well, actually, as the head judge, I really don't score, but for the other judges, it's very, very tough. I mean, obviously, it is the Super Bowl of bodybuilding, and this competition is very fierce today.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's great. And backstage, that's Darren Charles, always a great showman on stage. We're just a few minutes away from the start of the 2003 Mr. Olympia contest. And now we want to go back to earlier today, the prejudging tape that we were telling you about. Okay, we don't have the prejudging tape. Oh, well. You know what? In just a few minutes, it's going to be happening right here.
Well, these guys, like I said, they've trained year in and year out for this very day, and they're going to let it all hang out tonight.
What kind of butterflies do you have at this point?
Well, at this point, earlier today was probably the biggest at the prejudging, but now when the show comes up and you gotta perform, you gotta think Michael Jackson now. You gotta be the thriller of the night. You want to be the best routine. There's prize money going for the best posers, and everybody's gonna be going for it.
Well, I'd like to ask our director to show us some of the guys backstage, and we can start talking about them, because this is the time where you got to get your thoughts together. And there's Jay Cutler. Now, can Jay knock off Ronnie Coleman?
Well, I'll tell you, he's been the front runner, one of the golden boys of the sport. priming him. Maybe he can do it. Maybe, you know, if Ronnie can step it up a notch and regain his title, you know, but Ronnie's the man to beat. Everyone's chasing him. Everyone wants him. Jay's very hungry. He's been training. I mean, he's tenacious in the gym. He's got what it takes to be a champion.
Jay is amazing. He wasn't here last year, but he's back tonight. That's Jam Charles warming up behind him.
Look at the traps just hanging over Jay's body.
Now, what's going on here? Nobody who's ever seen this before. What's that girl doing there?
Well, I think they're just oiling down the guys and prepping the guys and put on their gloves and trying to make everyone look like fine cars out here, shined and primed, ready to go.
You got to have a good tan on under those lights. I was standing out there, and those lights are intense. It's hot out there.
Oh, yes, you stand to lose a good 10 to 15 pounds in competition sometime, and, you know, you're going to see tonight. It's going to be, I just can't wait.
See Kevin Levrone right behind us, and the deal with Ronnie Coleman is that he's put on probably 30 pounds of muscle.
That's to you people that who's not professional bodybuilders. If you put on 30 pounds of steaks all over this man's body, you can imagine what we're talking about here. He's put on some mass, and he's trained hard. He's one of the hardest trainers in the sport.
All right, let's go to Dan Solomon.
So, you know, there's been so much talk about Gunther Schlierkamp, Jay Cutler, Ronnie Coleman. There's a gentleman standing here to my left, Dexter Jackson. You made quite an impact this afternoon at the prejudging.
Yes, those were my intentions, and you know, I just try and better, you know, my physique each show. You know, so I felt I really.
Competitor number 2, Claude Gruel. Please welcome competitor number 3, Jay Cutler. big guy on the Mr. Olympia stage, Jay Cutler, a cut above the rest. Competitor number 4, Ronnie Cole.
Yo, Ronnie, they say you can't win if you don't stand.
competitor number 5, Jim Charles. Competitor number 6, please welcome Art Atwood.
Return number 7. Please welcome to the stage, Lee Priest.
Joe Amato with Chris Cormier, live at the Mr. Olympia Contest 2003. We apologize for the audio problems that we had up until this point. Actually, the truth is that it was time for Chris's meal, and so Chris and I ran out to have the every 2-hour meal that you guys like to have. And so we're back. Lee Priest is just leaving the stage. We understand that although you couldn't hear us, you were able to watch all the guys come out and do their thing, so that's cool. We're happy with that. And let's pick up the coverage and the commentary with Dennis James.
I heard Dennis James in phenomenal shape tonight. I can't wait to see his machine.
Again, our coverage of the Mr. Olympia contest from Las Vegas, Nevada, brought to you by VPX Sports Redline. Dennis is a man who's trying to get into that top 6. That's his goal.
Dennis has been trying for a long time, and he's put in a lot of work, and I think you're going to see something special tonight from him. Squatting, showing the strikes in his glutes and hamstrings. He's in phenomenal shape.
He's the best guy never to make the top 6.
Yeah, he's been at it for years. This year he took off a whole year to prepare, and he means business this time. Granite hamstrings. Switching the tempo. controlling his midsection very well, and that's very good. He had trouble with that in the past.
Chris, earlier everyone saw Ronnie Coleman pose, and I know you were standing right next to me here, and you just couldn't believe it.
I competed against Ronnie off and on since 1991, and he just never ceased to amaze me. He came back with a vengeance. He was getting counted out by everyone, and he showed everyone he's the real champion of the world, and he's the reigning champion. And going on and on, the age 39, incredible. So breakdancing Dennis James. Uh-oh. Getting jiggy with it. I was almost the originator of the rump shaker. I see it all across the land. Trying to get the whole crowd into these, pull it into his routine, and he's doing a good job of it. He's working the crowd. Dennis James. Thickly muscled.
Once again, to set the scene, this is Joe Weider's Mr. Olympia contest 2003. The defending champion is Ronnie Coleman, going for 6 in a row. Lee Haney won the show 8 times. Arnold Schwarzenegger won it 7 times. Now there is a wild card in the hunt tonight, and that's this man right here, Dexter Jackson, who is razor sharp.
Known as the Blade. Dexter Jackson. Incredible tonight.
If the fight is for 2nd and 3rd place, if it looks like Ronnie's going to win it, then we're looking at Dexter time.
Dexter's right in the hunt. He's very, very strong posing routine. He means business. He works with a new nutritionist, Joe McNeil. He's looking to do some real damage this year.
Went up about 12 pounds.
Exactly. You can see it all over his shoulders, his legs, razor sharp still, as he always, that's his trademark, and sharp as a tack. Looks great on him. Everything looks balanced. His symmetry is incredible. This is great for him. He's brought up his back. His weak points are all matching now. He's a complete bodybuilder, head to toe.
Here he goes.
Hit it, Dexter. Man. Not a big man, but you can't tell from the looks of that muscle. That's what I call clean line. That is my opinion of a bodybuilder. That guy right there. They are athletes. A lot of guys are athletic, throughout college, high school, with wrestling, track background, and then somehow falling into the iron game. And
Dexter would be a hard-hitting safety for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Not a bad dancer either, this guy. Trying to get the crowd into it. He's going for the upper seats, the upper deck. Cheap seats he's going for. He's going for the ladies. Look at him. especially with a former middleweight, light heavyweight, and on up to the heavies and gaining mass. And he was a small person, and he just worked his way and pushed his way all through the IFBB, and he's one of the top professionals today.
223 pounds, Dexter Jackson. The great Olympia stage. Again, we're at the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino, the Event Center. And as at any bodybuilding show, well, especially here at the Mr. Olympia contest, there's always pandemonium backstage. It's always a wild affair. There's always something going on. There's just craziness. There's just a little bit of craziness at the show. And I can tell you right now, a little later, folks, you're going to have a huge surprise, because I saw someone walking around backstage, you know, like the king of the sport.
The king.
The king is here. That's your hint. The king is here. As we look at Johnny Jackson, rookie, first time on the Olympia stage. What a great physique.
He's one of the strongest bodybuilders, I say pound for pound, probably in the IFBB. He's a former power lifter. I've seen this man move some massive, massive poundages. For a little guy like that, he's very powerful, like a tank. You can see the mass throughout his upper pecs and his around his neck area, his trapezius.
Well, he looks pretty composed for a guy.
Yeah, he's a rookie.
In his rookie show here.
He's a rookie.
What's up, man?
Getting animated.
What's up with that flow track, man? Mr. Olympia, I thought you was gonna turn up. Yeah, you're right. Yo, DJ, hit my music.
Here he is, the grand finale. The other guys are breakdancing and showing everything they got. We haven't seen Michael Jackson yet, but I'm sure he's going to show up pretty soon. See the mass in the guy's lats and the back? That's powerlifting. Nice abs. He's a bodybuilder. He's going to have a great future ahead of him.
Johnny Jackson, diehard Cowboys fan.
That's right. Cowboys are in the house these days.
Chris Cormier, longtime Cowboys fan.
Always. Always.
And we're happy for Johnny. He's going to be here a lot. He's a good guy, too.
Awesome guy.
Competitor number 11, please welcome to the stage, Rodney St. Paul.
All right, here's my boy from New York City.
East Coast, representing from the East Coast. This guy, he really amazed me this year. He came to the United Champions. He was real big, huge, and a little bit too big, I would say. Then he went on to Europe and he placed well, and he qualified for the Mr. Olympia. Here he is for his first Olympia appearance. He's trimmed down. He's put in some work.
To qualify for the Olympia, he won the Budapest Grand Prix. You guys have all those crazy contests in those European countries.
I went over 10 professional shows, and one was Australia. I won the last 3 years, and we go all over the world, and we have fans waiting with the signs outside. We're in Russia with 5,000 fans outside. It's very big in this world, and it's our small world, but we're it in it. We're the Greek gods walking the face of the earth.
Definitely. Rodney here from 238 pounds, he said, from Engine 43, Ladder 55 in the Bronx, New York. Our fireman.
Let's see if we have some New York flavor to this machine. think they're suave these days, don't they? Posing with grace, squatting for foul. Put a lot of work in his pose routine. That's awesome. That's great. New York swagger.
Oh yeah. Word has it that he's been entertaining the ladies for a few years.
I think so.
But you didn't hear it from me. Not on Around the World Live TV or anything.
Taking his time. You don't know how much that is. A lot of hard work going into these pose routines. You would see these guys looking for oxygen sometimes coming off the stage. That's a workout in itself.
All right, Rodney.
Couple more years of work, and he's going to be one of the top guys in the sport, and I don't see why not. He's got a lot of thick muscle and a little bit more work on his lower half, and to go a little bit balanced with his upper half, and he'll be right there.
One of the 4 rookies in the show tonight, Rodney St. Cloud. Mr. Olympia contest, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Competitor 12, Jonathan Davey.
A personal friend of mine from down under. He was very nervous to come here, and I kind of even personally talked him into competing. I said, "Man, you qualified for Olympia. This is the top bodies in the world, and you qualified. You got to go." He has a beautiful little girl. He has a boy on the way. His lovely wife is in the audience, and they all came down from Australia, and I'm just very proud of him to be here.
I believe the town he's from is Surfer Paradise?
Oh yeah, the Gold Coast. I've been there. Yeah, we hung out there, and he always looked after me when I'm in this territory, and I look after him when he's out here. He's a really good friend of mine. He needs some more work on his building on his frame more. He's 6 feet tall, but he gets up to 300 pounds, and just more reps. Reps in the gym. It's a long-term commitment. This sport is. Great guy, one of the greatest guys on the circuit today. He's very nice, and he's very helpful to all the bodybuilders that come over to his country, and I'm just very excited about it.
And very poised on stage. Again, another rookie to the Olympia stage, not necessarily, of course, a rookie competed in one before.
It's incredible. When I was a rookie in the sport, I was nervous. I couldn't even believe I was on the stage with these guys. The best of the best. He's having a great time out there.
Jonathan Davey of Australia. And Chris, as we watched Jonathan, in the last 20 years, only 3 men have been Mr. Olympia. That would be Lee Haney, Dorian Yates, Ronnie Coleman. It's a streaky sport.
Yes, when you get on top, you can reign supreme for some time if you have the physique to carry it. If you don't, you can get the injuries and the health.
And in those 39, this is 39th contest now, there have only been 10 Mr. Olympias in all that time. Very tough to crack through.
It's a tough title to have.
And here's one man who's been trying to crack that to be #1. And he's been come into the Mr. Olympia contest longer than anyone in this show.
I've been a big fan of Kevin for a long time, and he's a remarkable competitor and an awesome warrior. I describe him as a warrior out there. He never gives up. He's here. He's here to stay. He's omnipresent.
Well, with the domination by Haney, Dorian, and Coleman, there are about a handful of guys who you just can't believe that they could go through their whole career without being Mr. Olympia. You're one of them. Flex Wheeler was one of them, and Sean was one of them, Sean Ray, and Kevin Levrone.
Vince Taylor, and a few others. That was a great physique. We sort of pioneered the new breed, and kind of patterned. Everyone patterns themselves after the great bodybuilders. That was us. We were in that era. I just happen to have been young in that era, so I can sort of still go strong in the new era.
Kevin finished second a year ago. Not many people remember that, actually, because everyone remembers from last year how Gunther stole the show, even though Ronnie won it.
Well, I remember because I was third, and he took a little money out of my pocket. But I'm used to placing right behind Kevin. He's been beating me a long time. I had my share at him, but he had his share at me. But like I said, he's an enigma of the sport. He's just a very special individual. Rock star. We're supposed to see the cutting edge music and never know what you would think. You would think when you go at hip hop, he's more Nirvana and Jimmy Page type of guy.
And he didn't make this decision on the music until just 2 days ago. Because he was putting the headphones on me going, "You like this? You like that?" I'm like, "No, I don't like that." "Okay, this is okay." No matter what I said, though, he was going with what he was going with.
He could both be anything. He's an entertainer. He's going to show you right now. He is an entertainer. He's been here before. He knows what to do at any given time, any situation. Bring it home, Kevin. As we said before, Kevin sustained a terrible injury to his tricep, and he's still here to compete. What a warrior.
The Maryland Muscle Machine leaves the stage. He's a fighter. Still trying to be number one.
Please welcome to the stage, Troy Howe.
Another personal friend of mine, he's a rookie on this stage tonight, but he's up there in age a little bit. He's 37. But he's in the top shape of his life. I've never seen him look so conditioned from top to bottom. He put in a lot of work, and it shows. Face of a 25-year-old, this guy.
Troy fought his way through the NPC for quite some time to become a pro.
USA champion. He was a second runner-up in the USA, which I believe is the toughest way to come up into the professional ranks. Myself, Flex Wheeler, Dennis Newman. There's been a slew of others. Just incredible athletes. There's a lot of USA champions in this Mr. Olympia. Nice smile, effortless posing. Doing a great job up there. Just wondering if he's going to pick it up in the tempo like everyone, and show some more of that. He's from Arizona, so he's used to these hot lights up there. He probably won't break a sweat. Great back. This is a nice thick tricep pose. He has great genetically gifted arms. This guy, see right here.
That's a great shot for him.
Taking his time, deliberate, hard shots. He did a lot of practicing on his poses. Over to Sean Ray. Fluent. Finishing up with the thinker pose. He must be really emotional right now. I know this guy. He's loving it up there right now. Wife and kids in the audience. Very lovely family.
Troy Alves leaves the stage. Looked like he'd been here 5-6 times. Looked like he knew exactly what he was doing.
Editor number 16, Gunther.
Oh no!
Here he comes.
Here he comes. Everybody get out of the way.
One of the most popular bodybuilders on the face of the earth today. From Germany.
The man who stole the show last year got a standing ovation. Finished 5th.
That was his highest placing so far, and went on to beat Ronnie Coleman in a GNC. Show his strength last year.
Yep, just a few weeks later. So he actually has beaten Ronnie Coleman. One man has beaten Ronnie Coleman.
I have. We are.
That's right.
There. But then
when was that?
I beat Ronnie quite a few times.
Well, before he became Mr. Olympia.
Before he became Mr. Olympia.
Okay.
I haven't touched him since. But it's not over till it's over.
That was before 1998 in New York City, which when the streak started for Coleman. But Gunther did beat, as you said, Ronnie Coleman at the GNC show strength in New Orleans last year.
Robotics, this is new for Gunther. Been hanging out on the streets of Venice, California. This guy got some new moves for us this year. No matter what poses you hit, you want to keep your body tense when you're doing different movements. Trying to keep your whole body tight is just amazingly tough.
It's amazing his popularity right now. I mean, just a year or so ago, people had him confused with Roland Pickinger, the phone booth guy in the television commercial. Not anymore.
No, he's been on the cover of a lot of the top magazines across the world, and with a great smile, and people like him. He's a great ambassador of the sport.
Well, what does Gunther have to do here to knock off Ronnie Coleman? Does he have it? Is that it right there? Is that enough?
Not from what I've seen earlier out of Ronnie. I have never seen a human being on the face of this earth that can do damage to Ronnie today. He gave him quite a run last year, but
Do you think it was at all... I don't want to interrupt Gunther's routine here. Let's listen.
First of all, I believe in you.
crowd pleaser.
Do you think it was at all deflating for any of the guys to see Ronnie and then say, well, I guess I'm not going to win it? Or, you know.
It must be. It must be. It was for me, and I was in the audience. Crowd loves this guy, the gentle giant. Got a standing ovation last year.
Gunther at the 2003 Mr. Olympia contest in Las Vegas, Nevada. You saw the fans in the audience. Next year, you're invited to come out here and join us in Las Vegas, the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino. You want to be here live? Chris Cormier will be back next year. Promises he's going to win it.
I'll be back in my trunks. We're ready to go, and I want that title. Always animated. Melvin Anthony.
California bodybuilder Melvin Anthony.
Former Mr. California. Mr. USA.
Fame is well deserved.
This is going to be great.
Anybody this match? You will have to reborn. I tell you. Why doesn't the hero reveal himself and tell us all your real name? You do have a name.
I am Gladiator.
How dare you show your back to me? Slave! You'll remove your helmet and tell me your name.
My name is Marvelous Melvin Anthony, engineered by Paulo Fragulis, powered by Body on its pinnacles, equipped with weapons of mass destruction, and I will have my vengeance.
Terminator 2 music.
He's a killer poser.
Yeah, he works really hard on his posing. I've known Melvin throughout his amateur years on up to his first couple years as a pro, and he's making a fine pro.
Is he as tight as he could be?
Melvin has always had a little bit of problem in the water area in his lower half of his body. Which is a genetic thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just something that you want to try to hide all your weaknesses when you're getting judged. And it's up to you. This is a free pose, and this is your time to show your strength, and that's it. And to try to masterly hide your weaknesses. Twisted back shot. A lot of the poses you see, these are a lot of old school poses. The Arnold Schwarzenegger famous pose right here.
Well, Melvin likes those classic poses because he can hit them. And then he can do something like this.
Watch out, here we go. What he's known for. Street dancer, Melvin Anthony. And a lot of moves that look very familiar to me up there. belly roll. And the split, Flex Wheeler made that popular right there.
Oh, that hurt.
Oh,
that was great.
Don't try that at home, ladies and gentlemen.
One of the great entertainers, one of the great IFBB pros, Melvin Anthony.
John Brown protege from way back. John Brown was a great poser.
Please welcome the Vice President of the International Federation of Bodybuilders.
Well,
and the Chairman of the
you have just seen all the competitors pose here at the 2003 Mr. Olympia contest. As we look at the stage, Wayne DeMiglia, the man who runs the show, is going to address the audience. And then in just a few minutes, we're going to have a huge surprise for you. I don't want to give it away just yet, but backstage here, there's all sorts of security, cameras, and there's a buzz back here because the king is here.
I've seen the lights went out, and you was just turning the corner, and it's amazing. Back as wide as can be.
The man kind of responsible for everything that's happened. I mean, I don't think we'd be standing here if it wasn't for him.
No, I was a big fan. He really inspired me to start my career in bodybuilding.
So that's coming up in just a minute. You'll see that on stage. Right now, the competitors, as you see, it's great to be down here and right by the pit, isn't it, Chris?
Oh, yeah. Almost like I'm competing.
There's a look at Gunther backstage and Lee Priest. And this is the opportunity now. The judges have a work to do right now. They're tabulating, adding up all their results. And then those results will be handed in, and then the awards will be handed out. We'll start narrowing the field.
There's going to be quite a few surprises tonight when they start naming off the names, who's what place, because there's a lot of tight bodies and a lot of people improved this year, so it's going to be very interesting.
That's Jay Cutler back there, and Ernie Taylor, one of our favorites. He was the first to pose tonight. Great guy from England and martial arts expert.
Yes, I think he's the only one from England this year. They have quite a few English bodybuilders that's just extraordinary bodybuilders.
So you've seen them all pose. Joe Amato along with Chris Cormier. And once again, we'll introduce ourselves. Chris wanted to do the show this year and dropped out at the last minute, so he joined us on the broadcast. Great to have you with us, Chris.
Thank you. Great to be here.
How many Mr. Olympias were you in?
Wow. Since 94, I've only missed one, except this time. So I just... I have mixed emotions being here, and getting a little teary-eyed earlier watching these guys up there, and I can't get my trunks on.
Earlier in our broadcast, we told you that we wanted to look at some of the prejudging tape, and that coverage now of prejudging is brought to you by freesubs.com, where you can win $1,000 in free supplements. So this is earlier today, and of course our hardcore bodybuilding fans know that there is a whole prejudging session earlier in the day. And the first call-out tells you a lot, and this was the first call-out with Ronnie Coleman.
And the crowd was just going crazy. When they seen the likes of this guy, Ronnie Coleman, who they were trying to write off last year when they thought he was done, he came back with a vengeance.
Ronnie Coleman, Dexter Jackson, Dennis James, and Jay Cutler.
Cutler, a strong competitor.
And at this time, which is about 12 o'clock in the afternoon here at the Mandalay Bay Event Center, this is when everybody had an idea of what was going on. This is when all the real work is done.
That's right. This is why these guys are very nervous, and they're just eyeballing each other right now. I can bet you that right now.
So from this angle, a little difficult to see, but everybody showing off their back here, of course, earlier today.
Yes, this is Ronnie's strong point here.
So that's a look at how the prejudging went. The very first call-out, which kind of told the story that we're following tonight, whether or not Ronnie Coleman can win his 6th Mr. Olympia contest in a row. In the past 2 years, he's looked very vulnerable, but of course, just a few minutes ago, you saw his routine, you saw him up close. He has added at least 20 pounds of muscle, and he has taken it to a new level. We're in a new orbit here, folks. Something's gone wrong here.
These are the greatest built men on the world today. and they are better, in my opinion, than the bodybuilders of before. So now, this is what we see here is the epitome of what man can do, and we still don't know because Ronnie just went off the charts.
And I've said it before that Ronnie Coleman is perhaps the most muscular man the world has ever seen. With all due respect to Arnold and Lee Haney, now we're looking at more of the prejudging shots. This is the biggest guy ever to walk the planet.
I stood next to this man. He's one of my best friends on the tour, but you could feel his presence on stage. I can guarantee you that.
You know, and here's a guy who, when he was in college, he wanted to be a certified public accountant. That was his goal.
Wow.
An accountant. Well, wait a minute. What happened?
Well, I think they want to compare what the other guys look like. They might have just already made the decision. Who knows?
Well, after that. And now here's a replay from earlier this evening. Dexter Jackson, who is trying to finish second or third. Of course, we're assuming that Ronnie has, just blown everyone away here on this incredible night here in Las Vegas. But here's a guy who's really fighting for that top spot, and that's Dexter Jackson, and of course Kevin Levrone. And Gunther,
the giant from Germany.
Very popular bodybuilder worldwide.
Your winner is now going to get Simon Robinson of Olympia competitor medal.
Chris, it's just incredible how the sport has changed since really in the past 10 years.
Correct, and I was there to witness it. I started in 1985, and it just revolutionized into just growing with the figure competition now, the fitness. The women's bodybuilding is still in there. Linda Murray just captured her title again, and it's just amazing what the human body can do.
We should mention that Linda Murray, as you said, won the Ms. Olympia contest. That was last night here on this stage, and so if you want to join us next year for Olympia weekend, you get the figure contest, the women's fitness contest, and the Ms. Olympia contest. That's all on Friday night, and then the men do their thing on Saturday night.
And I'll be back in there myself.
Mm-hmm. Here we see the competitors getting ready to go back out on stage, and this is when they will announce the placings, starting from basically the bottom up.
You look at the seriousness on some of the guys' face. I'm worried, I'm nervous.
Our coverage here in Las Vegas, sponsored in part by VPX Sports Redline. Go to VPXSports.com to get all the information on brand new successful company there. I just can't help but not turn around and look at the guys. It's just incredible.
It's a lot of work.
What goes on here.
It's a lot of work, let me tell you.
Now they are returning to the stage. Dexter Jackson, Johnny Jackson.
They are pumped and ready to get it on.
And this is one of the classic moments now when all the guys are out on stage, filling the stage from East Coast to West Coast.
I feel like I need to be walking with the guys. I'm not used to this.
You sound like Mike Matarazzo. Mike was so nervous up here in the booth that you couldn't keep him still. He was just dying to get on the stage.
Well, Mike has quite a history with myself and Flex Wheeler. We all trained in the same gym here at Amateurs.
All right, let's go to the stage now. Our coverage here is sponsored in part by FreeSups.com, where you can win $1,000 in free supplements. FreeSups.com, and Arnold Schwarzenegger has just been introduced to the fans here at the event center.
You would think he was Elvis. He's alive.
There is Arnold, the governor-elect of California. That's Joe Weider behind him, the godfather of bodybuilding.
That's where it all started. Those two right there made us what we are today.
You're looking at the two men who created all of this.
Most popular bodybuilder ever to put on a pair of trunks.
Everyone up on their feet. And let's listen to Arnold.
Thank you very much. Finally, I feel at home again. I just want to say thank you very much to my very dear friend Joe Weider. Come over here, Joe. Come on. Every time I have a chance that I want to thank this man here. And the reason is because nothing that happened to me, my career, or anything would have happened if Joe Weider wouldn't have brought me to America. So thank you very much, Joe, for this great thing. Thank you. You can give him a big hand. Here's the man. Give him a big hand. And I want to thank Joe Weider and Ben Weider, the president of the IFBB. Where's Ben? See him, come out here, Ben. Come on out here. Give him a big welcome. Here's Ben Weider. Those are the two men that have helped me a lot. And you know something? In his last 2 months during the campaign for governor of California, it was again both of those two men that were there first and helped me with campaign contributions and wonderful stories in the magazines. So just thank you again. Give them a big hand for being always there for me. Exactly. And I want to thank both of you for inviting me here. I also want to thank, where is David Pecker? Is he around here somewhere? Is he here? He's the man that bought the magazines from Joe and from Ben, and they have been very good. So I just want you to know that I think it's in good hands. The future of bodybuilding is in good hands. The IFBB is growing faster than ever. We've just talked about it, how in the Middle East it's spreading. Bodybuilding is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The circulations of the magazine is getting bigger. This is a terrific sport, and I can tell you one thing, that if it wouldn't have been for bodybuilding, I wouldn't have done any of this. This is the greatest foundation anyone can have, is this sport. We have the greatest sport in the world. So thank you very much. It's great to be here again. Thank you. Thank you.
And Arnold brings down the house.
Incredible.
Well, of course, we're speechless here because there's no way you can follow that up. Now he's going to present the award medals to all of the competitors along with Joe. This is something that Joe Weider traditionally does by himself.
These guys must be really, really excited here. Of course, we have this competition each year, but this is like the first time I've seen him at the Olympia.
It's my understanding that Arnold was in Sacramento maybe just 2 or 3 hours ago at a cocktail party there that was thrown for him. Of course, he's going to be the next governor of California. Got on a private jet, flew right here, came right in here to see the Mr. Olympia contest.
Like see him and Ronnie go at it real quick.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. You can only do that in a video game.
Passing the torch.
That's right. Of course, that's just like in any sport, you have those arguments. Who could beat who? Could Arnold beat Ronnie? How about Arnold against Lee Haney? Lee Haney against Ronnie Coleman?
I was a huge fan of Lee Haney. He's still a classy man, and classic physique.
He's also here this weekend. Great guy. Lee Haney, the 8-time champion, most ever. Look how Johnny Jackson, the rookie, so excited. You know, Johnny Jackson has got posters of Arnold on his wall when he was growing up.
Oh, yeah.
And Rodney, too.
Mm-hmm. Conan.
The man from down under.
They must be excited. This is his dream, this guy. That's his dream. This is it. To be on stage with the greatest bodybuilder on earth.
Kevin proud to be up there. What a special treat. This is a job, as I said, that Joe Weider usually does, and that's special, too.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Gunther with Arnold.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch.
I think Arnold's warning him. You watch out, you're good. Told you we had a surprise for you.
Wow. Couldn't have beat that one. Well, Elvis himself was here. I don't know if that would hang with Arnold, larger than life.
It's been a few years since Arnold was at the Mr. Olympia contest. Of course, he has his own great show in Columbus, Ohio every year, run by Jim Lorimer, the Arnold Classic that happens there. I believe you've done well at that show, Chris.
I've been second the last 4 years. I'm going to go and try to win that thing next year. I don't think I'm going to stop until I win it.
Great show in Columbus each year, the Arnold Classic. But I believe that this was an Arnold.
Victory ceremony. I want to introduce you to the owner of the magazines now,
David Becker. David, if you want to say a few words, give him a big hand. He's the man who's going to carry on the tradition. Big hand, David Becker. Thank you very much.
I want to thank the Governor of California, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Joe Weider and Ben Weider, who made bodybuilding what it is today. And I promise everybody here on stage and everybody here that we're going to continue on this trend and make it better and better for the mass market. Thank you all very much.
If you bought a ticket to the Mr. Olympia contest for 2003, you wanted to see Ronnie Coleman and, all these guys, and all of a sudden Arnold shows up. That was worth the price of admission right there.
I'm just speechless. I've never seen Arnold at the Olympia. This is an incredible treat for everyone.
I believe the last time was either 94 or 95 in Atlanta, I think. I'm not sure. I believe so. When they had all 10.
Oh, that's right.
Yep, in Atlanta. That's a few years ago.
Good memory there, brother.
Now all of this year's Olympia competitors are on stage.
With all the masks.
I'd like to make
16 of them.
an important presentation.
And let's listen to Ben Weider, who is at the podium.
Great champion, who's won the Mr. Olympia contest 8 times, more than anybody else. You're right. It's Lee Haney.
Wow. Shirley, Lee.
This medal is the most important medal that the IFBB could present to distinguished bodybuilders, not only for winning contests, but for living the life of a bodybuilder and to be an ambassador for our sport. And I know that Lee Haney is one of the most respected bodybuilders in the world, not only in America, but all over the world.
Very special man, Lee Haney.
Lee Haney, the 8-time champion. From Arnold to Lee Haney. I can't take it.
Well, I tell you what, I'm so honored in receiving this. Love you too, brother. I first of all would like to thank my wife, Shirley. She's been with me for more than 20 years. They say that behind every successful man is a woman, but I'm here to tell you that beside every successful man is a woman. But I want to thank so much Mr. Ben and Joe Weider for their contribution to the sport of bodybuilding. Because of their hard work and dedication and love for the sport, it is now all over the world, more than 174 affiliate countries that we can enjoy the sport of bodybuilding in. And I really want to thank them for that. Without Ben and Joe's contributions, there would have not have been a Night of Champions, a Mr. Olympia, or Arnold's Classic, or to be the GNC Show of Strength, which will give an additional $300,000 of prize money so that we, as bodybuilders, can make a great living. So I want to thank Ben and Joe. And I count it an honor and a privilege to be here and to especially call Joe Weider my friend. I'd just like to share this with you. I've written it down, and I have a little diary that I write things down, and I never forget, Joe taking time out with me when I moved there to California, and he first said to me, he said, well, Lee, is there a young lady in your life that you love? I said, yeah. He said, well, bring her to California, I'll give her a job, and we'll take good care of her. And he did. And and I'd also never forget the times that Joe taking me out to lunch and working with me in his office. Well, Lee, you need to tighten the waist up. You need to do this and that. And I recall one time we come out of the restaurant and both of my legs cramped up in the middle of the restaurant. And Joe Weider himself stopped in front of everybody that was looking and massaged the cramps out of my legs in front of the whole crowd. He didn't care. And that is our father of modern day bodybuilding. Thank you so much, Joe. Thank you so much, Ben. And thank you, our fans. God bless you. Thank you.
Unbelievable. Arnold to Lee Haney.
All my heroes are here in the house.
One more award only, and on with the show. Another great bodybuilder who's been my friend for 40 years, who's a great ambassador for bodybuilding. He's made movies. The great Franco Columbu.
Wow. Wow. Man, I didn't expect to see him.
This is Arnold's old buddy and nemesis.
He's going to bend it after him.
Oh, watch out.
Still loving sports.
Former Mr. Olympia.
You know what I would like to say? I'm so happy that Arnold didn't get anything. But anyway, Arnold has too many trophies, too many medals, he doesn't need them anymore. He has to work now. He's coming here to help me. And I'm sorry because I should call him governor. I asked him if I could get a lieutenant governor's job, but he said maybe I should move to Las Vegas. Can I be the mayor of Las Vegas?
Franco, stand up. Oh, I mean, okay. Give him a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a big hand, because otherwise he's going to talk for another 2 hours.
Thank you.
Give him a round.
Okay, I will say very quick, I would like to thank Ben Weider and Joe Weider, not only for this, but for the help that they gave me to come to the United States and become one of the greatest champions. Even if I didn't win Mr. Olympia 7 times like Arnold, and 8 times like Lee Haney, 7, 8, 16, I won it only twice, so that's 17 times. So you got the greatest bodybuilders of all time here. Some are competing and some are not competing. Thank you.
To make Franco feel more important, he's getting another award. We'd like to call out Mr. Physical Fitness Paul Bernstein for a special award.
How you doing? How are you? Good. Thank you. I'm Paul Bernstein, Mr. Physical Fitness for the United States. I'm here. The Pioneer of the Industry Award was created in honor of Joe and Ben Weider. They're the fathers of fitness and physique movement that the world knows today. Respect to the industry making bodybuilding contests world-recognized events. The men to whom we give this award are icons of the fitness and sports industry. They broke ground for the bodybuilders that you see on the stage tonight by upholding and representing the standards of the excellence set by Joe and Ben Weider. It is my honor and my privilege to give Dr. Frank Colombo, one of the most adulated bodybuilders of this century, the Pioneer of the Industry Award.
This is so nice. I get 2 prizes and I don't even get anything. Okay, enjoy the show. Thank you.
So Arnold and Franco will be appearing at the Aladdin starting next Saturday night, a nightly show. Their comedy act, their Vegas act. That was sensational.
This year, because of the generosity of Kerry Kays and Dorian Yates approved that you saw here, Kerry has donated money for the 4 competitors who do not finish in the top 12, and the IFBB has matched it, so each of those competitors will get $2,000 who don't place. When I call your name, please step forward 2 steps. In numerical order. Competitor number 1, Ernie Taylor. Competitor number 3, Jay Cutler. Competitor number 4, Ronnie Coleman. Competitor number 5, Darren Charles. Competitor number 8, Dennis James. Competitor number 9, Dexter Jackson. Competitor number 10, Johnny Jackson. Competitor number 11, Rodney St. Cloud. Competitor number 13, Kevin Levroni. Competitor number 14, Troy Alves. Competitor number 16, Gunther Schlierkamp. And competitor number 17, Melvin Anthony. And let's give a round of applause for the 4 that did make it into the top 12. Thank you, gentlemen. Please leave the stage. Thank you.
So there you have the top 12. And now the cutting process begins, which can be painstaking and full of drama.
They all worked awfully hard to get here, and you can see it in their faces now.
So 12 men remain. They will stay on stage, and then we will cut it down to the 6, and then we'll have the pose down from there. By the way, bodybuilding fans, tell your friends you can continue to watch Mr. Olympia 2003 on In Demand for the next few weeks. It will be replaying, so check it out. Again, tell your friends to check it out wherever they are, around the country or around the world. That's Ronnie Coleman in the middle, the defending champion, 5-time champion, trying to win 6 in a row. Got a great shot at doing just that.
We now present the award for 12th place. 12th place will be presented by Sean Madry of GLC Direct and Nikki Brown of Cytosport. They will present the certificate, a $5,000 check, the commemorative plate and bowl. And they will present those awards to the 12th place finisher, competitor number 11, Rodney St. Cloud.
New Yorkers, first time out.
Great night for Rodney. First Mr. Olympia, and he's 12th.
Can always work his way up.
Mm-hmm. Good place to start. Engine 43, ladder 55 in the Bronx, New York, where they cook all his meals.
Presenting the 11th place award will be Dave Hawk from Physical Magazine. He will be presenting a certificate, an $8,000 check, the commemorative plate and bowl. And he will take those awards and present them to competitor number 10, Johnny Jackson.
So Johnny Jackson from Dallas, Texas, can say he made the top 10 on his first trip.
He's a proud father and a great bodybuilder, and we're looking for great things from Johnny. son's out there watching right now, watching Dad.
Down to 9.
Presenting the awards for 10th place will be Sherry Rodriguez of ISSA, Brad Harris of All American Pharmaceuticals, Sherry Day of Trim Spa, and Ryan DeLuca of Bodybuilding.com. And they will take a certificate, a $10,000 check, commemorative plate and bowl, and present it to the 10th place finisher, competitor number 1, Ernie Taylor.
Okay, so I messed that up. Johnny was 11th, and Ernie Taylor cracked the top 10.
Top 10. Top 10 in the world isn't too bad. People would think it's worse, but it's the top 10 in the world.
The Muay Thai fighter, Ernie Taylor. Have you ever seen his tape?
No, I haven't.
Well, at the end of the tape, he's doing some vicious martial arts, man.
I can believe it with him hitting the splits like that.
9th place. Being presented by Richard Gelsimo of World Size Nutrition, Johnny Wirth of Otomics, David Wall of XVest, and Steve Blackman of Muscular Development Magazine. And they will take the certificate, the $12,000 check, commemorative plate and bowl, and take it to the 9th place finisher, competitor number 17, Melvin Anthony.
Melvin seems a little disappointed. But he's moving up in standings, and you got to understand he's improving, and it's a long, long road to the top.
And he put on a great show for us this year, too, as always. California bodybuilder Melvin Anthony. What's Dennis telling him?
I was just keep your head up, bro, and there's always a show next week. Traveling off to Europe and off to Atlanta.
And words from the champ.
See y'all at the mess hall, I think.
Yeah, see you at the Pizza Hut.
8th place, being presented by Dan Watkins of NANSI, Brad Hollybaugh of Bioplex, Pam Stevens of Ergo Farm, and Dennis Derrick of Bulk Nutrition. And they will take the certificate, the $15,000 check, commemorative plate and bowl, and present it to the 8th place finisher, competitor number 14, Troy Alves.
What a start for Troy.
Wow. First Olympia for Troy. Placing ahead of Melvin Anthony, who's been a seasoned veteran now, and this is Troy's first Olympia out, and he must be very happy.
In his first Olympia appearance, Troy Alves.
Great waistline and great physique.
This is the Mr. Olympia contest, live from Las Vegas, Nevada. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty.
All champions here, they all qualified to come here and compete with the best.
7th place, being presented by Tracy Traskos of Premier Nutrition, David Griffin of Ivanco, Michelle Adams of ISS Research, and Matt Green of Strength Systems. And they will take the certificate, the $20,000 check, commemorative plate and bowl, and present it to the 7th place finisher, competitor number 5, Darren Charles.
It's a great placement, Daryl. He's not one of the bigger guys on the circuit, but he has a lot of etched out lines and muscle, and he has developed muscle all over his body. Like an anatomy chart, guy.
And he looks happy, too.
He's a family man and bringing that bacon home.
Down in Florida. Young son, Rennell, must be very proud of his father.
Oh, yeah.
Will the stage officials please remove the medals from the final 6?
So now there are 6 men left.
Now they're going to get down to the nitty-gritty.
This is the part where your throat gets dry.
Oh, yeah, they're getting psyched up right now. You can best believe that. They're getting ready to go.
And who are our final 6? From left to right, Kevin Levrone. Gunther is there.
The champion himself.
Ronnie Coleman.
Jay
Cutler and Dennis James.
Jay's looking very serious. He's going to be going for it right now, I could best believe.
The last 6 at the 2003 Mr. Olympia.
Gentlemen, spread out to the full length of the platform. Will you give yourselves some room?
Kevin, the veteran, knows what to do.
Spread out in the middle. Feet together, gentlemen.
And now what happens now,
Quarter
Chris?
turn to the right.
What are all these quarter turns?
They're just looking at the structure, the balance of the body, the symmetry. You can see the guys with the most experience. They're relaxing in the face, and they're showing them their physique that they're at the best way that they can, and trying to hide their flaws.
Quarter turn to the right.
And so Dennis James does crack the top 6 for the first time.
That's right.
That's big for him.
Quarter turn facing front.
Not a surprising last
Front double bicep.
I think everybody had these guys there, huh?
Well, Dennis James is definitely a great surprise. He's been putting in a lot of work for it. He took the whole year off and put in a lot of work.
Let's go, gentlemen. Front double bicep.
Everyone likes to try to wait the other guy out and then see if they can hit it last or hold it longer.
Light spray.
Heavily muscled Dennis James.
Chris, you've been in many of these situations right here.
Many. I'll tell you, boy, they're tired right now. They're ready to go home. I can guarantee you that.
Literally months of training go into what's happening right here, right now.
You can see that where the mass prevails in our sport.
Turn to the rear. One leg back showing the calf.
That's Ronnie Coleman and Jay Cutler. Okay, here it is right here. Here's the contest.
Double bicep.
Mounds of muscle everywhere. You watch Ronnie Coleman as he opened up his back. No one has a back like this in the sport. This is where he wins a lot of titles, this guy.
Left spread.
Beat me a few times like that.
Just opened up that back and swallowed you up.
One shot, one kill. A lot of heavy poundage. He's one of the strongest bodybuilders I've ever seen in my life. Ronnie Coleman just does tremendous pounds of deadlifts and has no fear in the gym. Kevin Levrone, also a warrior.
Side tricep.
Trying to use both triceps. Trying to show the judges their strength.
We want to
turn to the front. Abdominal to side.
Quick shout out to Triple H, who was on the broadcast with us last year. Huge, knowledgeable bodybuilding fan. You know why he couldn't be here tonight? He's getting married.
Wow.
Yeah,
oh, really?
That's right.
I didn't know that. Tying a knot. There's a lot of love going on these days.
So hello to our man Triple H. I know he was dying to be here. He's probably watching the replay on In Demand.
He's always here.
Gentlemen, relax.
The guys are ready to start pushing and shoving. Look out. Watch out.
The pose down at the 2003 Mr. Olympia.
You can see a lot of strategy here. Ronnie's going to want people to follow him to show that he's the boss. And I can guarantee you that Jay is going to try to make people think that he's the boss. He's going people to follow him. You're going to see a little bit of pushing, a little bit of stuff. It's all in friendly competitiveness. Wow.
There's a new one. I've never seen that.
A lot of muscle on that stage. A lot of energy exerted here now. Ronnie calling the troops over. Come on.
For those of you who've been here before or have watched the show, you know that the guys have been jumping into the audience in the past few years. They can't do that tonight. The stage is so high up.
Here they go. They're going to jump off what they can. If there's anything they can jump off, they're going to do it.
There's no staircase. There's no platform that they could do that.
I don't think they want to match muscle with that big guy there with the purple trunk.
You're right, Chris. They're all following him around.
He's the leader. He's the leader of the pack. The modern day Lee Haney. Mass and striations all over his body. I heard he was just in an incredible shape. Long out, trained year-round with tenacity, and he was not coming in here to joke around this year.
You got to give Ronnie Coleman credit. He heard the whispers for the past 2 years saying maybe he shouldn't have won it, maybe it was a gift, and then he went into the gym and said, oh yeah, take that.
Well, it should have fueled his fire, and he's still got some rabbits chasing him around, and they're going to be fighting till the end. Jay's not going to.
The greatest bodybuilders in the world, minus Chris Cormier, on stage right now. This is what it's all about.
Is it too late? You got some trunk for me?
You want to run it?
I miss it. This is great. This is a great sport. All these guys, they might say stuff about each other in the magazines, but when it's all said and done, you'll see them hugging and thinking it's over, and they've all worked hard and they all acknowledging each other.
This is the Super Bowl of bodybuilding right here, and this is the moment in that show.
The NFC and the AFC of bodybuilding. Real.
Gentlemen, we have results.
Let's hear the results. It's very interesting.
Of course, the voice you're hearing is Wayne D'Amelia, chairman of the IFBB Pro Division. The man who's run this
contest. Let's go, gentlemen. Stand up.
For many years.
On the line, please.
The ringleader.
The ringleader. If you have a question, you ask Wayne. He always has the answer.
You have a great answer for you, I'm sure.
Or he'll find you. One of the two.
Presenting the awards for 6th place.
These guys are all winners, all champions.
Be Derek Barton of Gold's Gym, Bob Clark of Herrera Sports, Dan McQuaid of Pro Lab, Leslie Russell of Protosource, Cliff Jerome Flex Equipment, and Trevor Smith of Nuclear Nutrition. They will be presenting a certificate, a $25,000 check, commemorative plate, bowl, and the new Olympia dagger, 6th place Olympia dagger.
My.
If they don't like their placing, they can kill themselves. And in 6th place, competitor number 13, Kevin Levrone.
Hey, Kevin came back from an injury. He has nothing to be ashamed of with that one. He's still one of the best.
Absolutely. 2nd last year, 6th this year, but I mean the fact that he's here and put it together.
I had no idea he was competing. I thought he was wouldn't be able to make it, but he proved us all wrong and plays well into the money.
Exactly. Wednesday, when we had the competitors meeting here at the hotel, I walked into the room just like you did, and Kevin was sitting there. I was like, what's he doing here?
Yeah. Well, I have whispers with him not competing, maybe in a few weeks, but not this one.
So Kevin Levrone 6th, and we're down to the final 5.
Good job, Kevin.
Fifth place. Awards being presented by P.D. Devers of Next Protein, Mandy Jackson of Diamize Nutrition, Matt Bolts of SAN Nutrition, Daniel Amato of Physogen Precision Technologies, and Jay Yeager of MD Lab. And they will take the certificate, the $30,000 check, the plate, the bowl, and the dagger to the fifth place finisher, competitor
Make him wait.
Lane's milking it.
number 16, Gunther Schlierkamp.
Wow.
Yeah. Fifth, 2 years in a row.
Top 5 in the world, and the crowd's not liking it.
Let's not forget, this is a man who was coming here to win the show. Yeah, but they still love him. Yeah. There's room for everybody.
That's right.
Class act. Our coverage here, sponsored in part by FreeSups.com, where you can win $1,000 in free supplements. FreeSups.com. How many fans has Gunther drawn to the sport in the past year and a half, huh?
Coming from everywhere, out of the woodwork.
Fourth place being presented by Dave Palumbo of SciTech Nutrition, Steve Ward, Champion Nutrition, Jan Tanner of Jan Tanner Skincare, John Urban of Now Foods, Now Sport, and Lino Johansson of Ironman. And they will take the fourth place award and present it to Dennis James.
Dennis James, 4th.
Worked really hard. His first time in the top 6. And she's not too disappointed with that place.
Great Olympia showing for him. Look at Dexter Jackson out there.
Hanging with the big boys.
In the top 3.
Good job, Dennis.
Third place being presented by Chris Boyko of Muscle Marketing USA, Lee Labrada of Labrada Nutrition, Gene Lamont of Gold's Gym, Missy Crump of Ultimate Nutrition, Roland Kickinger of Weider Nutrition, Jeremy Freeman of Muscle Tech, Mary Jo Cook of Max Muscle, and Flex Wheeler of Max Muscle. And they will take the certificate, the Bronze Sandow Medal, the Bronze Olympia Medal, a check for $50,000, the plate, the bowl, and the knife. And they will present it to competitor number 9, Dexter Jackson.
That's a great place for Dexter.
Great place for Dexter Jackson. Best ever finished at the Mr. Olympia contest.
Wow. Muscle Tech athlete. They must be very happy.
He's happy, we're happy. I'm joined backstage right now by Gunther. Gunther, what do you think?
I think I did pretty good. So, actually, I was hoping I get out call out with Jay and maybe Dexter, but unfortunately I didn't. So, I played the same like last year. So for me, it's still the same, but the appreciation of the fans, that means a lot to me. So, if you get the fans, I think it's a big thing to it. It's very important too. So that. And I feel actually at the end I was pretty good about my condition and everything. So.
Absolutely, you look great. The top 6. I mean, this is the toughest show in the world.
I know. I mean, there's no way that I think I could come close to Ronnie, but maybe Jay and Dexter. Dexter's in incredible shape. Then you can see also, he doesn't carry the size like I do, but it's definitely good proportions. And I thought I could maybe stand up to Jay. Ronnie, of course, this year looks incredible, so it's difficult to hold on with his mass, But I think I did the best I could. So.
Absolutely. And you've drawn so many fans to the world of bodybuilding the past year or so, man.
Yeah. Actually, the luckiest thing is the best thing that somebody said to me here at the Olympia was he weighed before 500 pounds, he lost 170, and he started to train 1.5 years ago. And if you hear that from somebody and he said, I inspired him, what do you want more? I mean, you must do something right? So
very inspiring. Thank you, Gunther.
You're worth $75,000, the plate, the bowl, and the knife. First place will receive everything in gold, along with $110,000, and again, for the second year in a row, courtesy of the Pinnacle Company, a brand new Cadillac Escalade. And let's bring that Escalade out on stage, courtesy of Bodyonics Pinnacle. Presenting the second place awards will be Patrick Cornicuccio of Twin Lab, Scott Slate of Metrics, Jay Jacobson of Optimum Nutrition, Jack Owak of VPX, Kerry Case of Dorian Yates Approved, Alex Erico of Universal Nutrition, and Lee Haney and Dave Hawk of Physical Magazine. And they will take the certificates, the Silver Sandow Medal, the Silver Olympia Medal, the plate, the bowl, the knife, and the $75,000 check, and present it to the second place finisher in the 2003 Olympia, Jay Cutler.
There's your champion, Ronnie Coleman. 6 years in a row. 292 pounds.
Incredible. Look at the man. He is going to be very emotional here, I guarantee you. They counted him out. He had to prove himself. And that's just what he did tonight. Here comes a chance that they lost last year. They were boos last year for Ronnie. The fans are back.
Yeah, no boos this year. That was a slam dunk.
Another Dallas Cowboys fan there.
Chris, I'm going to have to whoop you in Madden on the PlayStation.
I'm ready.
Jay Cutler, back on the Olympia stage where he should be.
Great champion, that guy. Very nice guy. He's a very likable and lovable guy. All the fans love this man. The mask hanging off the man.
Presenting the first of the first place awards, that is Steven Stern and Mel Rich of the Bodyonics Pinnacle Company, giving Ronnie Coleman the keys to the brand new Cadillac Escalade. Thank you. From GNC, presenting the special gold Olympia medal will be Greg Henry of GNC. First place, Ronnie Coleman.
So 6 years in a row for Ronnie Coleman. and the best he's ever looked.
Incredible at 39 years old. Unstoppable tonight. We just hope not unbeatable.
On a night where we thought we might see history, where he might lose, he storms out, adds 25 pounds of muscle,
undefeated,
and knocks everyone out of the box.
Gentlemen, we have more awards.
Man, he must feel on top of the world right now.
Awards. Betty Weeder with the commemorative plate and certificate. Joe Weeder with the Joe Weeder Olympia medal. Ben Weeder with the Sandow medal and the Sandow statue.
That's a classic moment. Betty Weeder, Joe Weeder, Ben
David
Weeder.
Pecker of AMI presenting the commemorative plate.
A small cup in his hand.
I love that story about that Lee Haney told earlier about Joe Weeder massaging his hamstrings when they when they cramped up.
Joe must be very proud. He's an athlete.
And there's the classic photo that you will see in all the bodybuilding magazines, from Flex magazine
and
on
Ronnie,
down.
here comes your mom.
That's it.
He's gonna lose it. Here comes Mama.
The champ's gonna break down.
Incredible.
In the past, we've seen Ronnie just collapse on stage. Remember?
Yeah.
Down goes Coleman. Didn't you have to help him up one year?
Yeah, one year. I tried. I know his mother very well. He's a very loving mother. She cooked all his meals. Everyone.
All 8 of them. There's about 8 per day. Is that right?
He made me sit at that table and finish my food. I was scared to leave.
Now Ronnie Coleman is going to the podium.
One of the classic moments here,
where he's going to address the audience here at the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino at the Event Center
for the 6th straight year. He's a great friend of mine. I love this guy.
I don't really know where to start. All I can say is that for anybody that don't believe in God, you got to give him a try. You got to try him out. Go to church, say a prayer, do something. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for God. Everything I've done this weekend has been for God. And y'all don't know by now. I mean, some people kind of doubted me and didn't think I'd come back. But I kept my faith in God. And God has been there for me, and I'm here for him. Everything I do is for God. I'm here answering my calling, and I'm doing everything in my power to represent this sport and be the best in the world, and be the best in the world for my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. My mom is the greatest person in the world. I couldn't do this without her. I can't speak enough on my mom and the things that she do, and my family. I got the best family in the world. This is not an individual sport, y'all. It takes a team, and the team I got is the best team in the world, and that's why I'm the best in the world. Thank you, family. My brother, Alex, Tina, Kidden, Robin, love all of y'all. I love all of y'all. And y'all know that I couldn't do this without y'all. And I just want to say thank y'all for doing all the things that y'all have done for me. And hey, we're going to do this until God says it's time for us to move on and do something else for Him. So, thank y'all. Of course, we wouldn't have a sport if it wasn't for Joe Weider. I mean, Joe has been by my side from day one. I mean, a lot of people don't realize what Joe has done. I didn't realize it. I didn't realize his impact on this sport until I got with him. And Joe has a vision like nobody else in this world, and that was given to him straight from God. He is an amazing, immaculate man. Joe Weider, thank you for everything you've done for me. You've been a big, real big impression on my life, and I thank you for all that you've done. And I thank you for the faith that you have in me to do the things that I do. I mean, you've been by my side from day one since I won this thing, and you kept your faith in me. And so far, I haven't let you down, and I don't plan on letting you down. I know. And I thank you for everything that you've done. Last but not least, I don't want to say last but not least. I hate to say last, but y'all fans, y'all are the greatest in the world. Y'all are the greatest in the world. I don't care about the people that don't like me and that boo for me. Hey, I'm sorry. This is what God has put me here to do. But the people that accept me and support me and pray for me, wow. I really did not know that I had this many fans. It's amazing the amount of people that respect me and love me, support me, and the prayer thing is what really gets me. People actually go out of their way and say a prayer for me to do this. That really means a lot. I put my heart and soul, and when they just pray, that makes me work even harder and harder and harder. And like I said before, I said it year in and year out, hey, I'm going to answer every question. I'm going to try to be the last one at the banquet, try to take as many pictures. I'm here for y'all, but y'all are here for me. Y'all are here for us. And hey, I got mad love for every single fan out there. And I don't care if you don't like me. I still love you because you're here. You paid your money to see us. And that money that you paid to see us goes into our pocket. So hey, I got love for you too. So go ahead, boo me if you want to, but just keep showing up. Keep showing up. Keep making this sport one of the best sports in the world. And we're going to take this thing to another level, y'all. Hey, I'm just about out of words, but I'd like to say God bless each and every single one of y'all. Thank y'all for coming out. Please come next year and make this thing even bigger. I love y'all. Let's go eat.
Did I hear banquet? Did I hear the word banquet in there?
I'll tell you that's
You've never seen it.
That's on their mind. She's here every year.
Joe Amato with Chris Cormier and 8-time Mr. Olympia Lee Haney. Lee, you were so great out on stage there when Arnold was out there. What did you think about Ronnie? A new world?
Man, Ronnie was just incredible. I mean, he came in excellent shape. And as you know, when Ronnie's in shape, he's unbeatable.
Stand by for just a moment. We're going to go out in front, and Dan Solomon is with Ronnie Coleman.
Thanks, Joe. It looks like the Ronnie Coleman era continues. Ronnie, for the past year, you've heard the doubters. You heard the people that have speculated that the Ronnie Coleman era is going to come to an end tonight, and it looks like you may have had the last laugh.
I did, and once again, thank God for that. And hey, I worked hard. I planned. I dedicated myself. I put in all the hours of dieting. I sacrificed all the partying and the drinking and everything that, you know, that's not good for a bodybuilder. So, and this is what I get.
Well, with this win, Ronnie, it's your 6th, ties you on the all-time list, 3rd with bodybuilding icon Dorian Yates. How does it feel to be in that kind of company?
Hey, it feels great. You know, like I said, I worked hard for this. I believed in myself. I believed in God, and I put my best foot forward. And I'm willing to take this thing as far as I can possibly take it. Hey, I'm looking for the next record. So whatever that may be, I'm after, and I think it's Arnold.
Well, there's tens of thousands of fans throughout the globe that are watching tonight. I know you have fans on virtually every continent. Any words for them?
Oh, thank all of y'all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed the show, and please, 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 please continue to watch and support bodybuilding. I love you, and I thank you.
One final question. Will Ronnie Coleman be back for number 7?
Ronnie Coleman will definitely be back with a vengeance, bigger, better, harder, fiercer, with a more dominant attitude.
It's hard to believe that a bodybuilder could be bigger and better. With Ronnie Coleman, I don't doubt it. Ronnie, the Ronnie Coleman era continues. We're going to go ahead and throw it back over to Joe Amato and Chris Cormier. Congratulations, Ronnie Coleman, the 2003 six-time Mr. Olympia.
Thank you. God bless.
A mountain of muscle he is. He sure is. 8 meals a day, whatever. I mean, how much has it changed, Lee, since you were the 8-time champion? What do you think?
Well, I think the science behind bodybuilding has grown tremendously, you know, with the new research and the way of supplementation and so forth. And, I mean, Ronnie and before Ronnie, Dorian Yates, so it is continuing to grow.
Would you like to get out there and battle it out with him? Arnold was here. Do you want to go toe-to-toe? What do you think would happen?
I don't think so. I'm going fishing. I'm going to leave this up to Ronnie and Chris standing here, man, and let them guys battle at it.
This is a legend. He inspired me. He inspired us all. You can see he inspired Ronnie with his closing routine tonight. With his music sounds very familiar.
Yes, that shocked me when Ronnie came out using a piece that was in the movie Excalibur, which one of the pieces I chose over the years. But few guys can use that. And Ronnie is the beast that can use it.
You got to have a muscle like this man and Ronnie. Ronnie's a modern-day Lee. When I seen Lee was back in '88, he made them look like children next to him.
What do you think, Lee, the whole atmosphere tonight, Ronnie winning again, Arnold here, you're here. I mean, just an explosion. It's just an amazing night.
It was an amazing night. I mean, so many wonderful things happened, with Ronnie winning, Arnold being here, and Ben and Joe, being honored and recognized for their hard work and dedication to the sport of bodybuilding. And as a result of that, the world sees us in a different way, in a better way, and we can make a great living at what we love so much.
You look like you're in great shape. I bet you could go right out there.
I don't think so.
We got a pair of trunks back here for you.
No. Miss Haney's not going to let me put those on anymore.
No, that's okay.
Thank you, Lee.
All right.
Great to see you.
All right. God bless you,
sir.
Take care.
Our coverage, post-game coverage, brought to you by VPXSports.com. VPX Sports Red Line. Check it out. I can't believe it. Arnold here, Lee Haney here, Ronnie bigger and badder than ever. Just a great Mr. Olympia.
This was an awesome night. I was even last year was the quality was never had nothing, not even close to tonight. It was just incredibly, just off the charts, like I said.
And Jim Mannion, the head judge, was just over here a minute ago, and he reminded us there was really no booing, which is that's good.
Yeah, because this sport is a subjective sport, so you get a lot of mixed feelings, and people think this one should have won. The 10th place guy should have been in the top 5, and it was a great night, great judging, and it's getting better and better sport, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Chris, you're done. You can go get ready now for next year.
I'm hungry, and I'm ready to eat, and I'm ready to train.
He's Chris Cormier. I'm Joe Amato. We thank you so much for checking in with us on the pay-per-view of the 2003 Mr. Olympia contest here from Las Vegas, Nevada, a production of IFBB TV and Physical TV. Once again, good night from Las Vegas, our champion once again, Ronnie Coleman, for the 6th year in a row.
So long.